Welcome to the Disney Parks Podcast with your hosts, Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com and Parkhopper John from WDWParkhoppers.com. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the podcast at all times. And get ready for the Disney Parks Podcast.
Well, hello and welcome everybody to the Disney Parks Podcast. My name is Parkhopper John and I come to you from WDWParkhoppers.com. Joining me as always, right next door to me here is Mr. Tony Caselnova from DisneyByTheNumbers.com. Hello, buddy.
I'll give you the princess wave.
Princess wave, don't forget to touch the pearls. Got the wave, touch the pearls, touch the wave, blow the kiss, wave. Oh, you got the prince wave. So guys, if you don't join us Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast, you miss out on a lot of the kooky fun that we have. We have a great group of people that are in the chat room. Linda Raymond, our good buddy. Jamie's here. Let's see. Robin's around. Nina. A lot of good folks in tonight. Chris is there. So we got a lot of good folks in tonight. I'm sure we'll have even more. We would love to invite you to come in and hang out with us. That's Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. So, did you do anything Disney this past weekend, my friend?
Yeah, I went to Mario and Enzo's.
Nice.
For dinner.
I didn't check. Are we? We're talking about that first story. So we'll be able to unpack that a little bit more when we get into the show. So
what else did I do?
What'd you? Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I did very little Disney this weekend. My wife, on the other hand, was helping out one of her buddies who was running the marathon, and I have to say congratulations to everybody who ran either the 5K, the 10K, the half, or the full at Walt Disney World's 25th anniversary marathon weekend. If you ran any amount this weekend, congratulations. If you
did the Dopey Challenge.
If you did the Dopey Challenge,
you're crazy.
You're
certifiably crazy.
Yes, you're probably still not walking. No, I'm kidding. Guys like Mike Rahman, man, they were out in the parks again last night. I'm like, gosh, man, rest. Yeah, you're making us all look bad out here.
Was he in a scooter or a wheelchair?
No, he was walking. He's walking it. Anyway, so congratulations, you guys. I didn't do anything Disney this weekend. I'm a horrible Disney blogger, but I'm working on that. New year, new me.
Right.
That's the way we're going with it.
Right.
So, anything else you want to add?
No, not right now. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
We do have a lot of stuff we got to get into. So let's go ahead and get into the news.
And now, Disney Parks Podcast News.
We know that coming to Walt Disney World can be very overwhelming with all the fast passes, the dining reservations, even getting from attraction to attraction can be extremely overwhelming. But we've got a friend that can help you make your next trip to Walt Disney World even more magical. It's Ramon and Theme Park Concierges. You can visit themeparkconcierges.com or call them at 407-257-9973. Ramon and his amazing team of VIP concierges will take care of you from the moment you arrive at the park until the moment you go back to your resort. They can take care of you for a 4-hour time slot or a full day. It all depends on what you need. They can take care of your dining reservations, your fast passes, and even make sure that you find even more magic hidden in the Disney parks. Well, contact our friends, themeparkconcierges.com, or call 407-257-9973 and tell them your friends over at the Disney Parks Podcast sent you. See, the reason that sounds so good is one mic right next to each other. That was really good. That's one of the benefits of when you have technical difficulties. You can make that even better. So Mario and Enzo's a Ristorante opens, which is the newest Italian dining gem at Disney Springs. Awfully nice of Disney to call its own restaurant a gem, don't you think?
Yeah.
Nice. An intimate Italian trattoria set up in the once abandoned Disney Springs airline terminal back from the 1930s, which is amazing because Disney had this airline terminal back in the 30s, but they just built Magic Kingdom in 71.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Amazing.
That terminal has now been transformed into an amazing restaurant. The dining room is open and airy, featuring 50-foot ceilings with views of Lake Buena Vista. The restaurant interiors showcase artifacts that recall air travel of the time with brightly illustrated pictographs, reimagined air terminal boarding gates, and a first-class lounge where randomly selected guests are upgraded upon arrival. The menu, created by Michelin star-rated chef Theo Schoeniger, features a variety of handmade pastas, including featuring handmade pastas.
This is what I have for dinner.
Served tableside. What do you have?
That's the first thing there.
The first thing there?
Yeah.
No way. Other highlights include a Berkshire pork chop plum mostarda, grilled veal chop, and grilled ahi tuna steak and pistachio pesto. All of these items are served with rosemary potatoes, tempura fried vegetables. Nice. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. The spectacular wine list of more than 100 bottles is lovingly, primarily Italian. Why did they have to put lovingly?
I don't know.
Were they afraid of being called a racist because it's just mainly Italian
And when
wines?
they say bottles, 100 bottles, most of the bottles I think are the single serve.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The restaurant is open from 11 a.m. to 12 midnight daily. Really? Midnight?
Mm-hmm. Well,
nice.
Disney Springs is open at midnight.
I thought they stayed open until like 11 or 10.
The shops, I think, are 10, but the restaurants are open later.
Sweet. And on weekend, brunch is going to be served soon. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
we're down with some brunch,
Yeah.
The backstory is that the restaurant was the dream of Maria and Enzo, who met in Italy before moving to Florida and wanted to introduce Italian cuisine to the town folks of the bustling Disney Springs. An airline pilot, Enzo was drawn to an abandoned airline terminal, which became the spacious setting for the restaurant. So now, ladies and gentlemen, is Tony Caselnova's review of Maria and Enzo's.
All right, so the building, when you walk in, is completely stunning. And it does look like an old-fashioned airline terminal. I mean, they have, gate 1, gate 3, gate...
Mr. Caselnova, pull the white phone for a courtesy message.
I was kind of kidding with them. I said, all you need is a TSA checkpoint here, and I'd be... and I'd feel like I was at home. And,
show me on the Mickey Mouse doll the bad man touched you.
And the greeters are all dressed like really... I guess 1930, what I would say, like Pan Am flight attendants.
Totally get that.
And then the guys have on, they don't have hats on, but they have on the jackets with the gold bars and everything.
Nice.
So they look like pilots.
Nice.
The servers are just in white, black pants and white tops. Nothing
like an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, nothing fancy. But it is. I think the view of the lake is gorgeous, but I think they should have done like a floor-to-ceiling window. They kind of broke it up where there's windows on the top, windows on the bottom.
Right.
I think they should have just blown it out and made it all glass.
Right.
Which I think would have been stunning. And yeah, there is this first-class lounge that people are randomly selected to go sit in, and I don't know if the food is different over there, or or the service is different over there. I will tell you that for lunch you'll take annual pass holder discount and Tables in Wonderland.
Nice.
And then for dinner they only take Tables in Wonderland.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So if you want to go for lunch, you can.
I wonder if that's going to become a trend.
I don't know. They did extend it for 2018, the pass holder discounts on most of the restaurants, so that's a good thing.
Right.
It's a small menu. There's not a lot of stuff on this. So think of like Via Napoli. There's a bunch of like starters. You can then do make your own kind of charcuterie with some cheese and meats.
Nice.
There's a couple of pastas, a couple of seafood, and meat chops and lamb chops and steaks and chicken and things like
Nice.
that. But it's not a very big menu.
What's the price on that?
It's not that bad. Think like being Napoli-ish. You know,
Okay.
in the $20, $30 range.
Typical Disney
Yeah,
pricing.
yeah, typical Disney pricing. It's not
Sweet.
cheap. It's not expensive.
It's not Boathouse.
Yeah, it's not Boathouse. It's not STK. You know, think like Captain's Grill kind
Fair
of
enough.
price.
Sweet. All right.
But the food wasn't that bad. I had the where is it up here? I had the Busetta con Grancino. The spiral pasta with crab, and I don't know. The sauce just wasn't. I wasn't digging the sauce.
Wasn't hitting you?
Yeah.
The red sauce or white sauce?
It was a white sauce ish with some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and it just wasn't doing it for me. So, hey, now listen, they just opened. I'll go back, check it out again.
Right.
And then next door, I ate at Pizza Point during the week, which is the little quick service next to Mario and Enzo's.
Right.
Very small seating area inside. And I don't think they take any discounts right now, except the discount of cash.
The discount of cash.
Now they do have some tables outside, but obviously it's been a
Grab
little
and
chilly.
go. Grab and go.
Yeah, it's
Grab
a little,
and get out.
Yeah, it's a little chilly here. And I think some of the prices were anywhere from $7 to $12 for a slice of pizza.
Woo, girl.
Now, the regular triangle slice of pizza was huge. It was almost like 2 slices.
Thank you. Thank you, Trump.
I mean, they make
It was huge.
like a 40-inch round.
Well, yeah, I mean, that makes
And
sense.
they cut it, and then
Yeah.
they have huge slices.
Good.
And then all the rest is pretty Sicilian style. I had a prosciutto and provolone sandwich, which was pretty good. It was like on a little baguette.
A baguette.
A baguette. All right, so next up is Garden Rocks. is coming up, and this starts March 2nd to May 28th. With new acts and fan favorites returning to the 25th Epcot International Flower and Garden Festival.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah. So kicking the whole thing off,
Your favorite.
my buddies,
Right.
Night Ranger, bing bing.
Sister Kristen.
You know where you'll find me on March 2nd probably.
Right?
March 2nd to March 5th will be Night Ranger.
We built this city.
Then March 9th to the 12th will be Starship, starring Mickey Thomas. March 16th to the 19th is A Simple Plan.
Mm-hmm.
March 23rd to the 26th will be A Little River Band.
Friday night was late, it was walking you home, we walked down to... Anyway, sorry.
March 30th to April 2nd will be The Orchestra, starring former members of ELO. I love when they do that.
Copyright infringement much?
Yeah. April 6th to the 7th will be Foghat. I gotta go see Foghat this time.
Slow ride.
They're new.
This
They're
show
new.
brought to you by weed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If it was in California, it'd be legal.
Yeah.
April 8th to the 9th will be Survivor, and they are new to Garden Rocks.
You expecting me
No,
to sing Eye of the Tiger?
Don't sing that. Please don't. April 13th to the 14th, new Smash Mouth.
They're new to Garden Rocks, but they've been coming to Food and Wine
Yeah.
Festival.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. April 15th to the 16th, Rick Springfield will be new to Garden Rocks.
Right, same. He's been coming
Yeah.
in Food and Wine Festival.
April 20th to 21st. So if they're pulling all these bands over here, what's going to be over there?
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing? It scares me. April 20th to 21st will be Joe D. Messina, new
Nice.
to Garden Rocks.
Yep.
April 22nd to the 23rd will be Lone Star.
I love Lone Star.
Do you really?
Yeah, I've liked Lone Star ever since they came out with Goodbye Says It All. No
Oh, yeah?
chance for redemption.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a closet country person.
April 27th to the 30th is BST. That's Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Featuring Bo Bice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the original guy's dead.
Yeah, American Idol winner Bo Bice is
Yeah.
now Blood,
And
Sweat,
I missed
and
him
Tears.
last year, and I really have to go this year.
Oh, you gotta say hi to Bo.
Yeah.
Bo knows.
May 4th to the 7th is Herman Hermit, starting Peter Noon. May 11th to the 12th is the all-new Village people, because none of them are
No.
original Village people.
I don't think. I mean, maybe one of them.
I don't
Somebody's
think
got
any
to
of
be.
them.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Bummer.
Yep. May 13th to the 14th will be Don Fedler, formerly of the Eagles, and he is new.
I'm struggling with this one. I mean, I love the Eagles. I love Don Felder. I think the Eagles screwed him, as they've done with several former members of the Eagles.
Sure.
I'm just not sure. I couldn't not tell you any one thing that Don Felder's known for, other than the stuff that he did with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Is he playing Eagles stuff? And if he did, can he sing?
I don't know. Can he play Eagles stuff legally?
I'm sure he can. I mean, half of Hotel California is him. So
Yeah. Speaking of the Eagles, I heard the house that was on the album cover of Hotel California burned down in the California fires.
wow.
That house no longer exists.
It was the home of Satan, so I guess that worked out.
Yeah. May 18th to the 21st is the Guess Who.
Who?
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 Who's on first?
Who?
Guess? What?
Who? What?
What?
You said the
Woman?
guess. I said who?
American Woman.
John.
I always think of the other guy.
The new Lenny Kravitz.
Yes.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. We are so Caucasian.
May 25th to 28th is The Spinners.
I keep working my way back to you, babe.
So that's the lineup. So there's a couple of bands I'm going to have to sing.
There's a few that I'm going to have
Should
to
we
check
make some
out.
dinner reservations?
We should. We should get the wifey on that as well. I really want to see Little River Band. I won't suffer you through that, but
I used to listen to some Little River.
I grew
Band
up
stuff.
listening to Little River Band, and I would love to see those guys. They've got to be older than dirt, but I'll sing every one of those silly songs because I love them.
Yeah, I think Night Ranger, Fog Hat, and BST are on my list.
I'm down with that. I could do some Fog Hat.
All right. Hey, if you want to come hang out with us, we got some dates lined up.
Yeah, we could certainly do some karaoke.
Or not.
I thought we were doing pretty good.
January 27th, coming up very soon. We're going to meet at the Terratoni Lounge at 7 p.m. Come join us for bites or drinks or whatever.
Yep.
They got an all-new food menu.
They do, and
I don't know if I'm digging it yet.
they had some things on there that were pretty good. The charcuterie board looked really amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I had that.
Whatever Sarah had was pretty good too. What was the thing that you didn't like? Didn't have like a soup that wasn't very good.
No, they do have the mushroom. You have to ask now for the mushroom soup. It's not on the menu, but if you ask, they'll bring you the mushroom soup. That's for Robin. I know Robin's watching right there. Then on February 24th, we're going to hit up Splitsville. Bowling is optional,
Yes.
but we will be there at 2 p.m.
Yep.
We'll set up something on Facebook because we'd like to get an RSVP amount because then when we go and get a table, we know exactly how many people will be there. So if you can RSVP for that, that'll be helpful. If not, we'll have to squeeze you in.
Well,
You can sit on John's lap if you have to.
hey now, you're the single guy.
Yep.
We'll save the big burly dudes for you.
March 24th, we're going to go to Pool, Bar, and Grill at the Four Seasons.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
Yeah,
If you've not been to the Four Seasons, this is a great excuse to go. And Pool Bar and Grill is an amazing experience. Plus, Del Valet if you eat there. So that makes it.
Yeah, so
Valet
Valet
like
Park.
$5.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Isn't
I think
it? It's like
$5.50. $5. Yep. We're going to meet at noon for lunch. And also, again, once we set up the Facebook event for that, if you could RSVP, this way we know how many people.
That's right.
And maybe I could send an email out to Chef Mikey. Maybe he can do something for us.
Yeah.
Something for special.
Very nice.
Maybe create something nice for us. Don't forget that you can listen to the podcast on Amazon Echo and Amazon Dot. Go visit our store at DisneyParksPodcast.com/store. John's got a book. I got a book. We should also mention you have, well, you're not going to be able to. The Orange Bird shirt is going to be gone by the time
you listen to this, it's done.
Done. And that's it. What else we got, John?
Keep moving forward.
Sure.
All right, excellent. So, Buena Vista Drive entrance to Hollywood Studios is being rerouted later on. in January. So to accommodate the continuing construction and road work at Disney's Hollywood Studios parking lot, a new temporary road and auto plaza will welcome guests coming in from Buena Vista Drive. I almost said Buena Vista. Long day. Coming into the park from Buena Vista, and that's going to start January 18th. Guests driving in should be aware of lane shifts as early as January 8th, so that was yesterday or today, to prepare for the debut of the new Auto Plaza. The World Drive entrance at Hollywood Studios will remain unaffected for now, but it ain't going to stay that way.
Yeah, I think it's
so if you're coming down Buena Vista, just be prepared to keep your eyes peeled and be aware of what's going on around you, because not everybody is a very good driver.
Or pays attention to the signs.
Pays attention, and those Disney buses are big.
Yeah. Well, the buses will know. It's all the other people that don't know.
Yeah, okay.
All right, that's good. Like we said, we think the main entrance now is going to be the entrance to the Star Wars Hotel, and then Lake Buena Vista will become the new entrance. And allegedly they're going to double the size of the parking lot. I don't know where they're going to get that property from, but okay.
Well,
do whatever you got to do.
It's Disney magic. They'll just go, and it'll be there.
Yeah, we'll just stack it up on top of each other.
That's right.
All right, this week's trivia question is this.
Okay.
Tokyo Disney Sea and Tokyo Disneyland use enough electricity each day to power how many homes?
100 million. I don't know. That's a...
Yeah. So, if
now, is
you
that
can Google...
Japanese homes, or is that American homes?
It didn't really say.
Okay.
So, if you know the answer to that, email us at DisneyParksPodcast@gmail.com or call us at 407-413-9010. And speaking of our phone number, we are going to toss out the idea of possibly doing a live show where you all can call in.
Yes, we are.
Okay. So if you're interested and you think you might like that, email us and let us know.
Email us, leave us a comment in the comment section below the video. Let us know. We would love to do a call in, like a Q&A show.
Yeah. Or just chat with everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to make it like, hey, what do you have for dinner kind of thing, but we can certainly, we would love to do that.
If you want to play Stump the Chump, I'm up for
Stump the Chump.
I'm up for a round of that.
I could probably pull that trick off.
And don't forget, go to DisneyParksPodcast.com/nothing, and take our annual survey, which is out there. This year we're giving away one of John's books, one of my books, and a $25 gift card, Disney gift card, to one lucky person who completes the survey. And also out there is a complete list of our meetup ideas for the entire year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you have a suggestion, pop it in those comments on the blog.
Yep.
And that'll be good stuff.
And we want to make sure that we throw out patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. That is how you can join us. Help keep the show on the air, keeping it free, pays for all sorts of things like hosting. We have some events that do take some money that we're trying to do. So you guys are going to join with us, and we have a great list of rewards that we give you for those dollar amounts. Plus, we do a special show each Monday at 7 p.m. just for our Patreons. That's for you guys only, and we do that live on Facebook on Monday nights at 7 p.m. So go to patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. We have all sorts of really cool stuff for you guys over there. We want to thank the people who've already signed up that have continued to support us. David M., Willie, Jeremy, Katie, Eva, Grant, Ernie, David R., Ron, Christy, and Ross. Thank you guys.
Sounds great. All right, John, where are all the places at Walt Disney World that you can get a Dole Whip?
I would say, knowing what I know now, you can get them at the Aloha Isle in the Magic Kingdom.
Correct.
You can get them at the Pineapple Lanai at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
Correct.
And can you not get them at the Grand Floridian?
No.
then that would be the only two places that I know of for sure.
And occasionally at Epcot Food and Wine.
Occasionally, but they had rum in it.
Yeah. They liquor it up.
Sammy Hagar Beach Bum rum, by the way.
So I don't know why they're doing this. And it's a weird place. But now at Pop Century, they're serving Dole Whip.
Get out.
Why?
That's a
weird
test.
place.
It's a test, man.
All right.
They're going to be serving it.
So Walt Disney World guests can now get a Dole Whip at Pop Century.
Pop Century.
Yep. It's the same thing. You can get it at Everything Pop. It's $4.49, and then the pineapple float is $5.49. And we don't know if this is a test. We don't know if this is going to stay. We don't know how long it's going to stay. But if you're going to Pop Century anytime soon, you might be able to actually get a Dole Whip there.
So, do you think that this is a test for premiering it at different resorts? Because I have a theory about why it's at the Pop.
I don't know.
I think that they're doing it at other resorts, and what I think they're going to do is they're going to roll it out at all of the value resorts.
And why do you think that?
Well, primarily because you can only get it at the Magic Kingdom, and Pop Century also had the pizza thing there for a while. Remember they were rolling out the pizza carts?
Yeah, where you can stop and get pizza on your way to your room?
Right. So what I think they're doing is, especially on the value resorts, because value resorts always are super jam-packed because they're value resorts. They're making the trip there even more. Mm-hmm. You know, they're giving you a little bit more incentive to be at the resort, because if they have Dole Whip at all of the value resorts, then not everybody is running and gunning trying to get to the Polynesian.
Yeah. I don't think they have a problem filling the Art of Animation.
I don't think they do either.
I think that fills it pretty easily, except for maybe the Little Mermaid rooms. All-Star Sports, Music, I think they fill up with all the traveling ESPN, dance, cheer, basketball, baseball.
But what I'm saying is they're trying.
So maybe Pop is lacking a little bit, and maybe to fill rooms they're putting.
Yeah, I don't think
putting Dole Whip there.
Honey, what resort do you want to go to? Man, I really want to go, but the prices are so expensive. What about the Pop Resort? Yeah, I don't really like the Pop Resort.
It's got Dole Whip.
Okay, let's go to the Pop Resort. I don't think that conversation is happening anywhere in America. And if it is, we need to interview you, because you really love your Dole Whip. But if you love Dole Whip that much, you're going to be a purist, and you're only going to want it from the Aloha Isle in the Magic Kingdom. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's a cold world we live in.
Yeah.
So we did the Patreon show, and we talked about that this year is the 20th anniversary for Tony's favorite park, the Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
Did you also know that it's the 30th anniversary for Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa?
I can't believe it's been 30 years.
30 years. 30 years of posh society. 30 years of being the best resort on property until they built the Four Seasons. All right, so to commemorate the 30th anniversary of Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa at Walt Disney World, the flagship resort will be hosting a gala on June 30th of 2018.
Nice.
I want to go to this.
I was thinking about it too.
Except for one small reason.
The price?
The cost of the gala will be $185 per person plus tax.
Yeah.
Guests can check in as early as 6:30. And the event will begin promptly at 7 p.m., running until 9:30 p.m. Nice. So for 3 hours,
you can stuff your gourd.
The gala will include a 5-course meal, which will be inspired by the Grand Floridian's restaurant's most popular entrees over the years, live entertainment, and this could be the kicker, an open bar.
Oh, I may have to Uber to this.
Yeah. The event will be open seating at round tables of 10. Reservations can be made by calling 407-WDW-DINE. This time, the special event cannot be booked online. So, let's just stop for 1 second. For you, my friend, and I'm not picking on you by any way, shape, or form, but that's $185. For me, that is
a lot more.
What, $365, $370?
Yeah.
for my wife and I to go. Now,
We could have gone to Schuler's for less.
Shula's is dead to me. I'm sorry. If we were to go to this dinner, let's just assume that we were having dinner at not Victoria and Albert's, but
Citricos?
Citricos. That's probably $100-$200 meal.
It wouldn't be $185 for
No.
me. Yeah.
So that's a $200 meal for me and Sid.
Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves $170. I'm not 100% sure we could do $170 worth of damage at the bar.
Yeah.
But we would give it one hell of a college try.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be drinking top-end bourbon all night long, but you know they're not going to have top-end bourbon
No.
at an open bar. So
I might have
100.
champagne or something.
Yeah, but
For the gallon.
who was champagne drunks are the worst.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for $185 per person, it's a little steep.
Yeah.
Now, if you are celebrating the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa's anniversary,
For $185, we could go to Victoria and Albert's.
true, you're probably not in the marketplace.
Maybe even sit at chef table.
You're probably not caring about the $185.
Yeah.
But there's probably going to be some other things there we're going to look at and go, oh man, we wish we were gone. And then, oh yeah, it was $185.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to go. I just can't. I can't spend that kind of
Yeah,
money.
I think if it was $150, I would have done it immediately.
For $150, you know, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
If I cared that much about, I mean, not that I don't care. Don't misunderstand me.
Yeah.
I love the Grand Floridian, but it, you know, if it was a Polynesian, I would probably do it.
Contemporary Wilderness Lodge, I would have done it.
No, Polynesian, I would probably. That's probably the only one I would do it for. Maybe the Contemporary, but if it's the 30th anniversary for the Grand Floridian, why haven't we seen a big party for the Polynesian or the
Or
Contemporary?
the Contemporary, which was built first.
Yeah. Why all the love for that one resort?
It's the flagship resort, that's why.
Okay, whatever.
That's what they're claiming.
All right.
Hey, there's a rumor going around, and this is kind of almost sort of kind of been confirmed, that the Disney's Polynesian and the Grand Floridian are rumored to be introducing Bluetooth magic bands.
Awesome.
Now, Mr. Technology next to me here.
I like technology. I just don't. Anyway, go ahead.
So in the next few weeks, guests staying at Disney's Poly and the Grand Flow will be able to access their rooms hands-free.
I hate that.
So this means that when you're walking down the hall, your magic band will be sending a little bleep bleep to your door, and when you get close to your door, all you do is open it and go right on in. No tapping, no nothing. This comes with the addition of Bluetooth to the magic bands, and they kind of snuck it in there and didn't tell anybody.
Right.
So now we got to figure out the frequency.
Therein lies part of my problem with it. The other part of the problem is this. Let's say, God forbid, you're sending your teenage daughter back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
Your teenage daughter gets close enough to where the door opens automatically, and they're, God forbid, this worst case scenario, this is not Disney podcast conversation, but we have to talk about reality. Let's just say that there's a predator, and I'm not talking like a lion. I'm talking like a predator coming down the hallway. There's your daughter. Door clicks open. He can get her in the room and lock the door.
Well, nothing can happen because now with their room occupancy, somebody will find her.
Oh.
Because they're going to check every single room now, every day.
Okay.
So nothing bad can happen for long. Right? We'll get to that part of the story.
Do you want this one or you want me to take this? I'll take this one. Okay. So how long does it take to get somebody in a room and do all sorts of horrid things to them before either you come back to the park or the Disney person comes in? Housekeeping.
Depends on what time
I'm
of
just
day.
saying, I get the convenience of it, and God, it's super convenient. I don't have to tap the thing. And I'm sure that it's like you have to be standing, a foot in front of the door, but still, you are not in control of your door opening to your room. That's dangerous.
I mean, all right, so I have a Kivo lock on my back door of my house, and I have to be within 6 inches of the lock, maybe even less, for the lock to open.
Right.
I can't be, outside of my garage, and my back door just unlocks.
Okay.
I have to be pretty close for it to lock.
Right.
It's a short throw Bluetooth for that. Now, I'm assuming with the Magic Band, they can't jam a lot of crap in there.
Sure.
So it's going to have to be a very short throw as well.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
But there has to be Bluetooth capability within the Magic Band.
Yeah.
And it's got to throw out a signal at some point.
Yeah, but I don't think it's throwing it over long distances. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
it's gonna be a short throw.
again, worst case scenario. Yeah. That's just my personal feeling for it. Convenience wise, I think it's great. Yeah. Love it. Love everything about it.
So the Poly's going to be the first to introduce this, and then the Grand Flow will follow. And they're saying that all inside doors on the resorts are expected to be activated sometime in January. So if you're coming down, you may have an extra treat if you're staying at the Poly or the Grand Flow.
Yeah. And let us know how that works. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on this technology.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-technology. I'm just very concerned about safety.
Mm-hmm.
Always concerned. Safety is always my number one issue. Speaking of safety,
and
a little bit more controversial, Disney World removes the Do Not Disturb signs from resorts. Starting with the Contemporary, Polynesian, and Grand Floridian Walt Disney World resorts will no longer provide guests with Do Not Disturb signs to put on their doors. The signs will be replaced with room occupied signs that will notify the cast members that guests are in the rooms. However, these guests will be disturbed at some point, as it will now be required that a Disney cast member enter their hotel room at least once a day to ensure guest safety.
Sure.
Disney's new sign states that, and I quote, "The hotel and its staff reserve the right to enter your room for any purposes, including, but not limited to, performing maintenance and repairs or checking on the safety and security of guests and property," end quote. Disney also states that cast members will give reasonable notice prior to entering by knocking and announcing that they will enter. Guests staying at the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary resorts should find a paper in their rooms noting the change. Recently, I'm sure over time that'll stop. These new changes are expected to roll out at other Walt Disney World resort hotels next week.
Yeah. I don't completely agree with this policy.
What?
Yeah. I think there are other things they should be doing. In my opinion, I'm not a security expert, but I just think a bag check and a metal check at the door is better than taking the sign out and making a cast member go in your room.
Sure.
You know,
if
you want to stop it at the door. Don't let it in the building.
Right.
You know.
I have no problem. Let me go back. When we stay at a hotel, usually we put the Do Not Disturb sign out because we don't really like people coming in our room. That's just a personal thing. Now, I don't care if somebody wants to come in and make the bed. I do care that Disney is setting themselves up for we could come in at any time for any reason. I don't think that's right, personally.
Right.
The other thing is, I'm not seeing where... I didn't like the way that was phrased as like, guests will be disturbed. Let me put it to you like this. At no time, and I mean at no time, and this is my own personal opinion, Parkhopper John at www.parkhoppers.com, at no time should a guest ever be in a room with a cast member unless the cast member's been invited in by the guest.
Right.
Meaning, when we do our yearly pilgrimage, we have the bellhops. What are they called?
Yeah.
Bellhops?
Yeah.
Come
Bell
in.
services.
Bell services come in. We invite them to come in to either pick up or drop off our bags. Or drop off or pick up in the right order.
Yep.
But at no time should anybody else from the hotel be inside the room unless invited in by a guest.
Right. Like the maintenance guy to fix the ice.
Period. If the maintenance guy has to come in, yeah, that's fine. But at no time should a hotel employee insert themselves in my room unless I'm inviting them in. So if it's like, Mr. Donahue, we need to come in, now's not a good time. Well, we're coming in. Well, no, you're not.
I think if they knock and you say no, they'll just come back later.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
But if they have a concern and they
Well, if they have a
feel
concern, it's going to be security coming, not a housekeeping
correct,
person.
correct,
And then they will come in.
and if
And
that's
they're going to come in with the Orange County Sheriff. They're not just coming in by themselves.
that's true, and they're going to have to come in with the Orange County Sheriff because that's the only way they're coming in.
Yeah.
That's just me.
All right, let's move on because I think everybody's tired of hearing that story
Right.
now.
But we would like to know what you think.
Yeah,
Before we
yeah.
get too far down the road.
Yeah, I'd be interested, but everybody thinks if they like it, don't
Absolutely.
like it. Open Table is now capable of making reservations at a lot of new Disney resorts.
Nice.
And I think this is good because I am not a fan of the $10 policy thing. You know?
Yeah, I finish the story and then I'll ask a question.
So, okay, so here are the restaurants that you can make reservations for on Open Table. Jico at the Animal Kingdom, Kona Cafe over at the Poly, Olivia's over at Old Key West, Big River Grill. Don't go there.
Oh, why not?
I don't like it.
Well,
I've never had a good meal there, ever.
If you like craft beer and you're stuck on property, that's
Yeah.
the only place you can go.
Yeah. The Flying Fish at the Boardwalk, the Grand Floridian Cafe, obviously at the Grand Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
Boat Rights over at Port Orleans Riverside, The Wave at the Contemporary, Artist Point at Wilderness Lodge, and Sanaa over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Sanaa.
And then there's also a number of Disney Springs resorts, as well as the Four Seasons resorts.
Right.
Restaurants can also be done. I think Marimoto Asia is definitely one of them. What other one? I can't think. Anyway, there are some other Disney Springs.
Boat
places.
right or
Boathouse? No Boathouse.
SDK.
SDK, I think,
That's
is
it.
one. Yep.
Yep.
And then additionally, Disney's Vero Beach, the Wind and the Waves Grill will be available for booking on Open Table as well.
Nice.
So, that's it. So I try to use Open Table as much as possible, because I just like it. I don't have to use a credit card, and I can make a reservation.
Yeah. So is this a way to subvert the $10 per person? Isn't it $10 per person?
$10 per person cancellation fee. Yes.
How is Disney letting that slide? These are Disney Resort
Yeah.
hotels.
These are
Or
Disney operated
Disney
restaurants.
Resort restaurants. Yeah. So how are they saying, yeah, okay, fine, you can do that?
I don't know. They don't care.
Is this more of a locals thing, you think?
I think so. We should mention this though too. Is this booking window is only for 1 month, whereas you can go on Disney's website, it's 180 days. So, if you're looking for a short range, no credit card, Open Table.
Right.
If you're looking for long range and credit card, then you go to the Disney website.
Well, Disney's probably thinking, well, if you're going to do a short range booking window, that makes sense because you're probably going to show up.
Yeah.
Versus, 180 days.
days.
But looking at like Thanksgiving, a couple years ago, Sarah and I wound up eating at Cape May because so many people had made multiple reservations.
Yeah.
To find the restaurant they wanted at the time. We actually had reservations over at Morocco and we canceled them and ate at Cape May. So I'm wondering.
I had 3 reservations for New Year's Eve.
Right.
I canceled 2 of them, but I had 3 at one point.
Right.
I was collecting them.
Yeah. Well, you gotta collect something. It's interesting. I'm very interested to see how this works out.
Yeah, I like it. I like I said, I like using Open Table. If you do sign up too, and you make reservations and then go to the reservation, you get points, and then those points can then be used for getting like $20 off your next meal or $30 off your next meal.
It's the gift that pays you back. That's
Exactly.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe Disney could take a.
Yeah, the more you eat, the more points you get.
That's right.
A little less off your meal.
That's right. You're gaining weight. Might as well get some points.
Yeah.
Headline news?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So, headline news. This just in. Circle of Life, the video movie at the Land Pavilion, thank God, is finally closing.
I'm surprised it's taking this long.
I can't believe that it's taken this long. February 3rd, that's going to close.
Yeah.
What are they going to put in its place, you think?
I think nothing for right now. I think we don't know because they are going to do something for 2021 for the 50th anniversary of the Magic Kingdom, and I think this is going to be part of that revamp of Epcot, and they're just going to kind of leave it empty until they make some kind of announcement. I think this is the cleanup, the beginning of the cleanup for Epcot.
Good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a newer version of something like that. I mean, it's, the message I get, but you get that crammed down your you get that message very strongly, Animal Kingdom, so I don't see the reason to do that. Anyway. Next up, Chef Kevin Dundon says goodbye to Disney Springs, Raglan Road Irish Pub. I don't know how many years he's been there, but
a long time.
It's been a while, and it's sad to see him go. But Raglan Road has grown and transformed into really, really quite the destination.
I wonder if they're
going
to still sell his books.
I'm sure they will. It's probably got a contract. If not, they'll find somebody else to bring in. The Edison is open at Disney Springs for the most part. They still got some things.
Soft openings.
If you're,
I thought this would be an interesting one you could talk about. I don't know much about this one.
I don't either. So if you're a Marvel nut like I am, you're very excited for February because that's when the Black Panther movie comes out. Marvel's Black Panther. It's going to be an incredible movie. We've needed. I don't want to say African American because he's not. We've needed a black superhero, and for those of you who are triggered, I apologize. We've needed a black superhero, and Black Panther's amazing. We've got Luke Cage, African American, Harlem, awesome Netflix series. It's amazing. But the Black Panther, when he debuted in Civil War, Captain America: Civil War, was unbelievable. I'm so excited for this movie. So then the announcement was made this week that Kendrick Lamar. Who is, by the way, doing the very first ever halftime show for the NC2A football championships tonight, which they're probably already at, which we're going to have to go watch as soon as we get done with this. Kendrick Lamar is going to produce the Black Panther, the album, so it'll probably be music inspired by. It's not going to be music from the soundtrack, but it's going to be a cool soundtrack. Disneyland overhauls of Dumbo and horse-drawn streetcars begin this week.
Yeah, so I think they're doing a lot of work on ripping up some of the track, I think, at Disneyland and getting it all cleaned up. I don't know why. I'm glad they still use theirs almost all day long, whereas we don't. And their streets are more narrow than ours.
Right. So now at the Magic Kingdom, you can say, what time is the 3 o'clock parade? Because the Festival of Fantasy parade is back to its appropriate 3 o'clock time slot. Yeah. So what time does 3 o'clock parade start? 3 o'clock, not 2 o'clock. Yeah. Because that was confusing.
Well, I think it was funny because the reason they put it at 2 o'clock during the summer was to try and avoid the 3 o'clock showers that they were getting every day. And it was funny, the week that they did it at 2 o'clock, it rained every day at 2 o'clock. So God said, well, don't put the parade there.
God said, watch this.
Yeah.
That's an old church joke. Yeah. If you ever want to make God laugh, make a plan. All right, and then last and certainly not least, Disney's Magical Express returns to picking up 3 hours prior to flight time, beginning on January 11th. It was up to 4 hours.
4 hours.
Because of the travel craziness.
And also the automatic people mover, the 8 p.m. at Orlando, was going under nightly maintenance.
Right.
I think they finally straightened that out.
Right, absolutely.
I was victim to it coming back. So.
Oh, show me on the teddy bear with a bad tram.
I'll show you on the big where the bad man.
Oh, going to hell for that joke, but it was funny. So that's it. That's our news for the week. Headlines done.
That's it. Like we said, please go out and take our annual survey. You'll be entered in for a chance to win our little prize package. And that's it. Go visit us on DisneyParksPodcast.com. We have our survey there. We have our meetup list there.
We have our shop there.
Yeah, we have a shop there.
All of our great sponsors
Yep.
there.
Everything's there.
You can find us over on patreon.com/Disney Parks Podcast. Obviously, if you're watching live, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Disney Parks Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Disney Podcaster, and on YouTube. If you want to listen to the show on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/Disney Parks a podcast.
.com.
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
youtube.com/Disney Parks a podcast.
All right.
No, .com.
That's it, right?
First one of the year's done in the can, ladies and gentlemen.
One and done.
One and done for this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So with that, my friends, thanks for watching, and thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to listen. And we will see you in the parks.
The Disney Parks Podcast is not affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. All Disney parks, attractions, lands, shows, event names, etc. are registered trademarks of the Walt Disney Company.
Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through.